Hi, welcome to the GF channel. Today we are installing a double locking system to our 626 or super lock. For those of you who do not know what is this, how is it working, it's basically when you lock your car, if a burglar comes and breaks this window or in any other way unlocks the car and opens the door, he has access to the car. Yeah, don't do this. Not a good idea. I already started disassembling to show you how to remove this. Anyhow, the idea of double locking is when you double lock, so you press twice the lock button, which currently it won't do nothing. Like, I can keep pressing, I'm still able to open the door. You see this? We do not want this, so that's the feature. I'm gonna only show you how to do this door because everything else is exactly the same. You do not need to worry about any other differences besides the removing of the cover. Of course, that's a bit different. I'm gonna explain you in a bit. For the rear ones, there is a difference between the rear ones. Anyhow, what you need for this? Well, you need 4 of those for the 4 doors. I didn't put them here because, well, it's gonna be mess of sticky things. And you need the relay that controls them. So that's the relay GG3E, and the rest is the same. The 3E is the thing you care about, and of course GG for the pre-facelift version. It's not GG, it's GE. And then these numbers are actually meaning is it a super lock or not. That's how you actually understand from which car to take off these, either by looking at this number or by getting the VIN number and figuring out what the number in the car is, or simply by getting the cable and counting the pins. For the driver's side, you have full set. For all others, you have only 3 pins. Now the rear ones are only 4 pin, like that, and out of these 4, normally you have 2, but for the super lock you have 3 and 1 missing. So either by this or by the relay, which is called unit door lock timer. Now, I do not advise you to get one from a pre-facelift, even if it works. I don't know if it works, but even if it works, don't do it, because this will actually relock your doors after 30 seconds if you unlock it and don't touch the car. This is a nice feature if you were just walking and your remote actually unlocked your car by mistake. So don't do this. Okay, by the end of the video I'm gonna actually answer some questions that actually popped up in my mind when I was doing everything, like what happens if my battery dies and I have super locked my car. Will that work with regular door locks, and will the regular relay work with super locks? We are gonna answer all of these questions in the end. Use the description below for shortcuts. Now, without further ado, let's go and show you how to actually remove the panel. Okay, I've already unbolted everything, so it's loose. You need to unbolt this one, then pull the handle like that, so you can. Let me show you. Try to show you with one hand. This usually sits like that. It's in. Now you open the handle and pull it out. Okay, these here, I just stick my fingers, push and stick my fingernails here and pop from here. Then there is a screw here. Same goes here. You need a flat head to remove this small cover. And then remove the one from here. Remove this triangle. That's actually the first thing you need to do. Otherwise, if you start pulling, this thing happens. So you remove this. These are all the bolts. You remove this, then you remove these plastic screws. Here, there's one here, and only one here. And then you need to pop their fasteners all around here, up to actually probably here, because here is a plastic fastener that you can actually see. And after you pop it and it's wobbly like that, you just pull up. And that's it. So I'll place it down somewhere here. It's dirty now, cautious. And now for the rear one, sorry, it's locked. Now the rear one, only one thing differs. So you still have those. Of course, you don't have any triangle thing here. You do not pop this, but you still do this here. You still do these. You're gonna still do these poppings, and now you have two screws here. They're right inside here. The way you remove this handle is, if you look closer here, focus, yes, here, if you stick a flat head, it's actually gonna pop from top. If not top, you just stick it and push, it's gonna be disassembled quite easily. The rest of the procedure is the same. Then here you have to remove this, remove those. Now I have this open already, so you can see how it's working. From one side there is a hinge, and from the other it actually closes. You have to put a screwdriver that separates those, and when you put it, just bend it downwards, which will pop this open. It's quite simple. And afterwards you just push this out like that. This one you have to turn it here. Let me try to do it with one hand. Yeah, it won't happen. You just turn it. You remove this thing, and you have it here also, and on the top. Just pry open on the top. Then you have a connector here with this thing that gives headaches, and a connector, and that's all. Of course you need those three here, main holders. And then you're ready to remove from here. You're not gonna be able to do it from here because of this one. From here you need to remove it, and of course from here also. And that's pretty much it. That's how you remove the door lock. The rear doors do not have this one because they have a lever right there, and they do not have a lock, so they do not have this one. They have only two rods, one connecting to the lock button, the other one connecting to the handle for opening. And that's pretty much it. So let's get started. Well, I forgot something to tell you, and I'm gonna combine it with answering one question. Where to place the relay. So here, as you can see, if you just go over and look straight to the top, you're gonna see this metal plank that is being held here by a 10mm nut. You unscrew that nut, and all of your relays are gonna come off. This big black thing is my original relay for controlling door locks, while this one is the new one. So I have installed the new one. Question is, does it work? Okay, let me connect the rod, which I disconnected. Okay, like that. Okay, does it work? So we lock. Okay, it locks. I unlock. Okay, it unlocks. So I can say that the beta relay, the super lock relay, definitely does work with normal door lock. Now let's start assembling with a super lock. And the lock was mounted, everything fits perfectly. Only problem that I do not like is from time to time this actually doesn't close properly. It seems to be closing right now. Let me try with the remote. Yes, you can see now it has a little bit of push. I guess it's some adjustment that I need to do. I'll figure it. But now I have locked it once. If I unlock, you can hear the doors unlocking. Now if I lock twice, now here you heard a second click, and this one is now ultra easy to work with and doesn't unlock the door, so I cannot actually open it. Okay, one door down, 3 to go. Okay, I have here with me 3 sets of door locks. Now I got the third one by the end of this modification for a simple reason that I'm gonna go with it when I go to show you the differences for the driver's side, because there I started doing modifications. But first let's go to the rear side and explain to you what are the differences and where these are coming from. So this is the original one. This is a facelift version. No super double lock, call it whatever you want. Non-existing. You can tell that by the 2 pins, only 2 pins here. This one is the last one I got actually. This is pre-facelift version. Again, it doesn't have a double lock feature. And this one is a pre-facelift version which has the double lock feature. Now as you can see the differences, okay, let me show you. This is a huge motor here, while this one, no. This motor bolts onto these 2 bolts here, which bolt actually a connecting metal plank that will hold the motor, while on the same 2 spots here we do not have a metal extension, we have directly the motor itself. This is the same with the facelift version. They just changed the plastic, the color of the motor. Now I've seen on the internet pictures of actually offers for a facelift version with double lock. They're more rare. In total these are rare, but the facelift with double lock is even rarer. And the double lock was actually looking exactly like that. They just had more wires here. You see there's more space for more wires. They managed to do it somehow in here apparently. But I didn't got that set because the set was for right-hand drive vehicle, and I knew that I'm gonna have issues with the front ones. Anyhow, so these are the rear ones. This is the difference actually for everyone. Every of those, even the front ones, will have this metal plank here that holds the motor. All the rods point to the same direction, they're the same length. By the way, the both of those are from Combi, while I have a hatchback. These do match. I have no issues with those. Okay, that's the one. Here I'm not gonna show you, and here I'm gonna show you why I actually bought a second actually pair. Well, this is the one with the double lock. As you can see, it doesn't have cover on top of it, and not only that, but it doesn't have this protective thingy here that you might hear me in the next part of the video saying it's only for the facelift. No, this is a pre-facelift version. It's just the type of the motor will make this cover different, and this is actually part of the cover. And I don't have the cover here. Now I looked on the internet for such types of locks with a cover. They do exist. They do not have this. They do exist. But the guy that I took those from, he didn't have the covers. He said they are like that. I don't know if he lied, don't know. So I bought these in order for me to try to fit that cover there. And that is what I started doing here. So this is again the one with a small motor, and I have removed the cover and tried to place it here. Now of course the cap will not fit perfectly. And the reason is this metal plank is in the way for this to actually hit bottom. So I'm gonna try to cut it here like that and move the back towards here, so it just wraps around the metal plank, and see if I'm gonna be able to connect this one to the missing motor. It should connect here once I place the motor. I'm gonna try drilling, cutting actually, see what happens. Can I do it? And that's the final result. It's not beautiful, but it works. I've mounted on the car, tested. It seems to be working. I had to cut here a lot. Here a lot. For instance, I'm gonna get the other one, which I'm gonna do next. So it's in reverse though. You'll have to imagine it. So the cut is right here, where we have all kinds of. So after, yeah, this thing here, it doesn't exist. As you can see, I have this here, but after that I cut up, and even on this big thing here. This is on that side, and also actually here it continues. So not only gonna have to cut here, but also here up a lot of cutting. On the other side, I've left this piece because it holds the protective cover. So I've cut it from here and left it there. Another thing that I've cut, as I showed, is this one. That's the original looks. This is the new looks. So a lot longer distance is needed for this to enter it. And I believe that's all the cutting that I've done. The mounting points are here and here. As you can see, it's pretty solid. There is nothing wobbly, and it works good. Now for this one, for a moment I thought I've lost my rod connecting to the handle, to the lock and lock button on the handle, inner handle. So what I did, I actually used the other one that comes with those types, where the motor without this metal thing. So I used this one and I cut it and bent it, so you can see here this have actually been cut by me, because I have here for the right door, these are the two rods, and you can see if we align them, they're different at the end, different length, and also this points on the opposite direction. So if you turn this, it's actually gonna be all the way wrong, in the wrong direction, which means you could swap right and left doors and it will work, but the length is different, and that is why I've actually cut this and bent. It did work quite well. I'm gonna leave it be. Then after that I found my other rod, but anyhow, if you want, you can do it. I'm gonna just use the existing one. Now this is bent also here, if you see right here, it's bent towards current right, slight bend currently, but it's actually bigger, and that bend prevents you from getting this rod out of this tube, so you have to actually bend it a little bit by hand so you can pull it out of here. And that's it. I'm gonna cut now the front one, the front right one. Okay, everything is mounted, all doors are good without the relay. So here comes the second question: will the original relay work with the super lock? Okay, we have a problem. Didn't unlock. Let's try again. I lock, it unlocks, it locks, but then I unlock, nothing happens. Let's try it like that. Yep, and that's on all doors. Yeah. Yeah. So the non-super relay, super lock relay, cannot actually be used in conjunction with the super locks, but the super relay can be used in any case, which is always good. So if you have a broken relay, just get one, doesn't matter which one. Okay, give me some time now to actually remove the relay, place the other relay. Okay, new relay, the super lock relay is here, and now the next question: if I super lock the car, so car is super locked. If I super lock the car, how do I unlock it? Well, for sure you can do it like that. That's the easy way. The other way is to actually place the key and turn it to ignition. So if I do this, car automatically unlocks and the alarm sounds off. The alarm sounds off because it's not the stock one. Probably the stock one will not do this. So these are the two ways. There's a third way, which actually now involves the other question. If I super lock my car, like that, car is super locked, and my battery dies, can I still unlock it? So I do not want to actually remove my battery because I'm still doing measurements with the Turing computer. What I can do is actually disconnect the relay down, This is the same as battery is dead. So let's disconnect it. Okay, relay is disconnected. You can see the white connector here. Nothing is here to the relay. So what happens is, right now, the alarm of course is gonna go off. You go with the key, and now I turned, and this actually, I can turn in two directions. It unlocked, and the door is actually come on. Okay. Hit somewhere here, stupid button. Okay. Problem is that without this my remote is not working, which doesn't actually. The remote is working. The module for remote is there, so it is working, but the alarm is actually connected and measuring signals from this relay. So I kept unlocking. It doesn't actually stop the alarm because I do not have the relay. Anyhow, we saw the most important thing. It's actually fail-safe. If the battery goes kaput, you can still open your door and get into the car. And I believe that's about it. We covered everything that I can think of. Hit that subscribe button and wait for more videos. Bye.